Hello, gentlemen. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even past 80, and you started feeling like your strength, your energy, and your bedroom confidence are slipping away, let me tell you something nobody else is saying. You're not finished. And you're not broken down, in fact. The fix might already be in your kitchen. I've worked with hundreds of men who were exhausted, frustrated, and quietly afraid that this was just part of getting older. But when we made one small change, a simple homemade ginger mix, they started coming back to life. Blood flow improved. Energy returned. Intimacy felt natural again in this video. I'll show you exactly how to make it, use it, and avoid the most common mistakes that hold men back. It only takes 1 teaspoon a day, and the results might surprise you. Why blood flow declines after 60 as we get older. A lot of changes in our bodies are easy to see. Graying hair, slower steps, maybe a little extra stiffness in the joints. But the real shift often happens quietly, deep in the bloodstream. Once you cross 60, your blood vessels naturally begin to stiffen. They lose flexibility, which means your heart has to work harder just to move blood around. And when blood doesn't circulate freely, the results are everywhere. You feel colder, weaker, more tired. And yes, it affects performance in the bedroom too. You might notice it as a lack of drive, longer recovery times, or just not feeling like yourself. Most men think it's low testosterone, and sometimes it is. But more often, the root problem is poor circulation and reduced nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that helps your blood vessels expand and deliver blood where it needs to go, including those intimate areas. When nitric oxide drops, blood flow drops, and so does your performance. But here's the encouraging part. Science now shows that certain natural foods, especially ginger, can help restore nitric oxide, improve blood flow, and reduce inflammation all at once. It doesn't require pills, prescriptions, or expensive treatments. You just need to support your body's natural system with something simple, consistent, and proven to work. And that's what this ginger mix is designed to do. Coming up, I'll introduce you to a man who thought he'd lost his spark for good until he gave this mix a chance. The slow fade most men don't even want to tell you about someone I worked with recently. His name was Victor. He was 74, a retired mechanic, the kind of man who spent his life solving problems with his hands. But when he walked into my office, he was quiet, like something had been missing for a while. He said, "I'm not in pain. Doc, I'm just not myself anymore." He wasn't sleeping well. He didn't wake up feeling rested. And intimacy? That had quietly faded into the background. No dramatic diagnosis, no major illness. Just a slow, steady fade in energy, in motivation, in confidence. Victor thought he was just getting old. He believed that once you hit your 70s, this was all part of the deal. But when we looked closer, what we found had nothing to do with age itself and everything to do with what his body was missing. Low blood flow, chronic inflammation, almost no dietary support for nitric oxide. He was eating all right, drinking plenty of coffee, skipping water, and never touching anything like ginger, lemon, or honey. His testosterone was a little low, but not dangerously so. The real problem? His body was running cold. His engine, the one that once kept him energized and engaged, was starving for circulation. So instead of starting with medications or hormone treatments, I gave him something else, a recipe. A simple mix of ginger, lemon, honey, and warm water, just once a day. He raised an eyebrow, but agreed to try. 3 weeks later, he walked back and smiling. His energy was steadier. He was sleeping better. And best of all, his wife had noticed. She told him, "You're laughing again. You seem lighter." That's when I knew this wasn't just about physical health. It was about reclaiming identity. Because when a man starts to feel like himself again, everything changes. Ginger, nature's circulation route over the last 30 years. I've treated thousands of men struggling with energy loss, poor circulation, and bedroom frustration. And you know what I found? Most of the time, it isn't that their body is too old. It's that their blood isn't moving the way it used to. When your blood flow slows down, everything else follows. Your stamina, your drive, your ability to show up with confidence. That's where ginger comes in. You've probably used it before in cooking or tea. But what most men don't realize is that ginger isn't just a flavor. It's a powerful tool for reviving blood flow and waking up the system. The active compound in ginger is called gingerol. It helps your blood vessels relax and expand, which allows more blood to move through your body more freely and with less strain on your heart now. Here's why that matters. Blood isn't just about your heart. It's about performance, focus, energy, and yes, intimacy. When blood flow improves, everything starts to feel alive again. I've seen it in patients who were in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. They didn't need more medications. They needed to unlock their circulation again, and ginger helped them do that, naturally, without the side effects of pills or stimulants. Unlike caffeine, which hits your system fast and fades even faster, ginger works steadily. It builds over time. You feel warmer. You think clearer. You begin to respond, not just physically, but emotionally too. That's what I love about it. It doesn't fight your body. It works with it. But ginger by itself isn't the full answer. To truly activate its benefits, you need the right combination. Ingredients that help your body absorb it, stabilize your system, and keep you energized throughout the day. That's exactly what I created with the ginger mix. And the next part, I'll show you what's inside and why each part matters. Just as much as the root itself, the ginger mix formula, when I first began recommending ginger to my older patients, the results were interesting. Some men felt a real difference. Others didn't feel much at all. And that's when I realized something important. Ginger works best when it's supported by the right ingredients. That's how the ginger mix was born, Don. It's not a supplement. It's not a magic cure. It's a simple, natural combination of 4 things: fresh ginger, lemon, raw honey, and raisins, all blended in warm water, Don. Let me walk you through why each one matters. Ginger, of course, is the foundation. It improves blood flow, supports nitric oxide, and helps reduce inflammation that slows you down. But by itself, it can only do so much. That's where lemon comes in. Lemon juice gives your body a strong dose of vitamin C, essential for circulation. But it's the zest, the peel, that makes the biggest difference. It contains oils that help your body absorb the ginger more efficiently. I always tell my patients, don't skip the zest. It's where the power hides. Next is raw honey. This isn't just for taste. Raw honey delivers gentle energy without the crash. It also helps balance blood sugar and calm inflammation. Plus, it brings a smooth, warm finish to the mix that makes it something you'll look forward to. And then there's the surprise ingredient, raisins. Most people never think of raisins as medicinal. But when simmered in water, they release iron, potassium, and natural sugars that support your heart, blood pressure, and stamina. They also add a richness to the drink that makes it feel like comfort in a cup. Each ingredient plays a role. And when you combine them just right, they support not only blood flow, but also your hormones, energy, digestion, and mood. This isn't just a mix. It's a ritual. One that older men can rely on every single day. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to make it, step by step, and explain how one small mistake during preparation could cost you the results you're looking for. How to prepare the ginger mix step by step. Now that you know what goes into the ginger mix, let me walk you through exactly how to make it. This isn't complicated. You don't need fancy tools or a background in health. You just need about 10 minutes and a little consistency. Here's one I use every morning, and when I give my patients start with a piece of fresh ginger root, about the size of your thumb. Give it a good rinse under cool water, then gently scrape off the skin with the edge of a spoon. It's faster than using a knife, and it helps keep the oils inside. Slice the ginger thin. Coin-sized pieces work best. The thinner the slices, the more nutrients you'll extract next. Grab a lemon. Rinse it, then grate about a tablespoon of the yellow outer peel. That's the zest. Be careful not to go too deep into the white part underneath. Now cut the lemon and squeeze out about 2 tablespoons of juice. Strain the seeds, but keep the pulp. It's full of nutrients. Take 2 tablespoons of raw honey and add it to a small bowl. Mix in your ginger slices and lemon zest. This step softens the ginger and helps blend the flavors. Let that sit while you prepare the rest in a small pot. Bring 350 milliliters of water to a gentle boil. Add about 100 grams of raisins, roughly 2 small handfuls. Let them simmer for about 5 minutes until they plump up and the water turns a light golden color. Now strain the raisin water into a clean pot or large mug. Add your ginger honey lemon mixture and stir gently. Important: don't boil the ginger after this step. High heat can destroy the very compounds we're trying to extract, especially gingerol. Instead, let the whole mixture steep for 2 to 3 minutes, then cover it and let it rest for another 5. That's it. What you've made is more than a tea. It's a tonic, a daily commitment, a natural support system for your blood flow, your energy, and your confidence. Up next, I'll show you exactly how and when to drink it, because timing and rhythm make all the difference in the results you'll feel. How to use it for maximum effect. Now that you've made the ginger mix, the next question is, how do you actually use it? This is where a lot of men get it wrong. They think just drinking it once or twice will do the job. But the truth is, consistency is everything. Think of it like exercise or brushing your teeth. You don't do it once. You do it every day, because your body needs that rhythm. So here's what I recommend to every one of my patients. Drink 1 warm cup of the ginger mix each day. Not cold, not straight from the fridge, warm. Warm liquids are easier on your digestion and better for absorption, especially as we age. You can drink it in the morning or the early evening. Both work well, depending on your needs. In the morning, it gives you a gentle lift without the crash of coffee. It wakes up your circulation, your mind, and your muscles. In the evening, it helps your body wind down. It reduces inflammation, calms the nervous system, and sets you up for deeper rest. Some men even tell me it naturally increases their intimacy when taken before bed. Either way, choose the time that fits your lifestyle. But once you pick it, stick with it. Now let's talk about what to expect in the first few days. You might notice small things: a bit more warmth in your hands, a slightly clearer head, or less sluggishness after meals. By week 2, those effects usually become stronger: steadier energy, better mood, improved digestion, and lighter steps. Around week 3 or 4, most men tell me something shifts. They wake up feeling more rested. They walk with more purpose. And they start to respond physically, emotionally, and intimately in ways they haven't felt in years. But here's the key: you have to give it time. This isn't a pill. It's not a quick fix. It's a rebuild from the inside out. So if you're ready to feel real change, stay consistent. Give your body what it's been asking for. And trust that even if the results feel small at first, something powerful is already happening inside. Up next, I'll walk you through the common mistakes men make with this mix, so you don't accidentally slow your own progress. Common mistakes that cancel the benefits have had men come back to me after 2 or 3 weeks and say, "Doc, I don't feel much." I thought this mix would change everything. And my first question is, always the same. Are you doing it the right way? Because even the best natural remedy can fall flat if you make a few simple mistakes. So let me walk you through the most common ones I've seen and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, boiling the ginger too hard. This is a big one. When you expose ginger to high heat, especially direct boiling, you destroy the gingerol, the active compound responsible for its benefits. Always add the ginger after the boil. Let it steep gently. Never boil it aggressively. Treat it like medicine, not soup. Mistake number 2, using bottled lemon juice. I get it. Fresh lemons take more effort. But those little plastic bottles from the store are missing the essential oils and nutrients that come from the zest. Fresh lemon juice and zest are non-negotiable. They unlock the power of the mix and help your body absorb the ginger properly. Mistake number 3, drinking it inconsistently. I can't stress this enough. Skipping days resets your progress. Your body needs rhythm. When you take the mix at the same time every day, your blood vessels, digestion, and hormones start to sync with it. 1 day on, 2 days off. That doesn't work. Think of it like watering a plant. It only thrives with steady care. Mistake number 4, pairing the mix with the wrong habits. If you're drinking this mix every morning, but also having 2 cups of coffee and skipping water all day, it's like pressing the gas and brake at the same time. Likewise, if you follow it with processed food or alcohol, you cancel out the anti-inflammatory benefits. I'm not asking for perfection, but I am asking for intention. The ginger mix works. I've seen it change lives, but it only works when it's part of a daily rhythm, not a once-in-a-while experiment. So, now that you know what to avoid, let's talk about what happens when you stay consistent, week after week, and let your body truly respond. Coming up, what to expect over time. What to expect over time? Let's take a step back and talk about what happens when you stick with this mix, not just for a few days, but for the long haul, because the real transformation doesn't always show up with a big bang. Sometimes it starts with small changes and grows into something life-changing in the first few days. Most men notice subtle things. Maybe their fingers and toes aren't as cold. Maybe they're not crashing so hard in the afternoon. Maybe that brain fog that's been lingering starts to lift, even just a little. That's not your imagination. That's circulation returning by. Week 2, you may find that you're walking a little farther without getting tired. You might notice that your mornings feel less sluggish. You may even catch yourself laughing more or feeling more connected to the moment, but it's around week 3 or 4 that things usually shift in a bigger way. Your energy begins to feel steady. Your recovery time improves. Your body starts to respond more naturally, including in those intimate moments where performance once felt like a struggle. I had one man tell me, "Doc, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like my body knows what to do again." That's exactly it. The ginger mix doesn't create something artificial. It reminds your body how to function the way it used to before inflammation, stiffness, poor habits, and age got in the way. And it doesn't stop there. Over time, many men report improvements in mood, sleep quality, digestion, joint stiffness, and even focus. Your body becomes more efficient. Your blood flows with less resistance. And that subtle edge you've been missing, it starts coming back, not because of a prescription, not because of surgery, but because you made one small decision and stuck with it. I know it's not always easy, but if you give your body consistency, it will thank you in ways you can feel, and others will notice next. Let me show you how to build on that progress even more, with a few natural boosters that take this mix to the next level. Extra boosters for men who want even more. If you've been taking the ginger mix consistently and you're starting to feel the shift, You might be wondering, what else can I do to feel even better? That's a great question, because once the foundation is in place, the next step is to build on your momentum. And thankfully, that doesn't require big changes. Just small, smart boosters that multiply your results. Let me walk you through 4 of my favorites, the same ones I share with my patients who want faster recovery, stronger performance, and longer-lasting energy. First, a pinch of cinnamon. Just a small sprinkle added to your ginger mix can help regulate blood sugar and improve circulation even further. Cinnamon also has anti-inflammatory properties and adds a warm, earthy flavor that pairs beautifully with the ginger and honey. Second, a short walk. You don't need to jog or power walk. Just 10 to 15 minutes of gentle movement after drinking your mix can help activate blood flow, support digestion, and signal to your body that you're ready to use that energy. Think of it as lighting the fire you just fueled. Third, 5 deep breaths. Simple, yes, but powerful. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold for a few seconds, then exhale gently. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps lower stress and improve oxygen delivery. And remember, better oxygen means better blood flow, better intimacy, and better brain clarity. Fourth, protect your sleep. One of the best times to drink the mix is an hour or 2 before bed. If you pair it with a calming routine, like soft lights, no screens, and a warm shower, you'll help your body shift into repair mode. Better sleep means better testosterone, better circulation, and better mood the next day. These little habits don't take much effort, but together, they make a big impact. And the beauty is, they work with your body, not against it. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. And now that you've learned how to make the mix, how to use it, and how to build on it, let me leave you with one final message. Something I've told hundreds of men face to face over the years, because this isn't just about ginger. It's about reclaiming the man you still are. Conclusion: reclaiming the man you still are if you've made it this far. I want to speak to you directly, not just as a doctor, but as someone who's walked beside thousands of men over the years. You might be 60, you might be 80, you might be somewhere in between, wondering if your best days are behind you. I want you to hear me clearly. They're not. What I've seen again and again is that most men aren't losing their strength. They're just out of rhythm. Their bodies are still capable. Their drive is still there. It just needs the right fuel and the right care to come back online. That's what the ginger mix represents. Not a cure, not a gimmick, but a daily act of respect for your circulation, your energy, your identity. I've seen men go from flat and frustrated to confident and connected, not because of a pill, but because they made one small choice every single day. That choice is yours. Now, you don't need to go back in time. You just need to come back to yourself, fully, steadily, and with the quiet confidence of a man who knows he still has something to give. So, whether this is day 1 or day 100, keep going, keep sipping, keep showing up for the man you still are. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone you care about, because we're not done yet, not even close. Stay strong. I'll see you in the next one.